Okay, folks, we are back at Panera Bread for Delaney's College Football, and we're here to talk about Notre Dame football and this kid from USC, Max Wittek, about the prediction he's made towards Notre Dame. Actually, it's kind of like Goliath shouting out to David, saying, come down here, we're going to beat you up. But I'm very surprised that USC let this kid, freshman, sophomore kid, redshirted quarterback, Max Wittek, go ahead and roll off, say the things he's saying. I mean, Notre Dame has really proven themselves this past year. I mean, of course, they struggled with Pittsburgh, 3 overtimes, took them to win that, and then took them another overtime to beat Stanford, who Stanford beat USC. They beat Navy and Ireland, which I was hoping to go to that game. I mean, to be able to go to Dublin would have been great. It would have been awesome. To be able to take my website over there and cover that football game would have been probably the best thing on earth. I'll get another chance to go to Ireland one day. But I think overall Notre Dame has really played really well this year. They're 11-0, and they're not going around bragging. They're a very humble team, and for them to go into Oklahoma and do what they did in Norman and beat the Sooners 31-13 was very incredible. I know myself and a bunch of other people thought for sure that Oklahoma was going to hand them their first loss, but that did not take place. Manny Tail and Everett Golson made sure that didn't happen. They made sure that Notre Dame marched down the field and shut down the Sooners, and they only allowed them 13 points. If Notre Dame does that this weekend, then against USC, they are headed to Miami. It'll be the first time since 1988 that they go into the BCS title game to represent the independent leagues, represent Notre Dame and all their fans in South Bend, Indiana. I got a chance to go down to South Bend for the first time this past April. It actually happened to be Good Friday, and a friend of mine, Chris Schmidt, hopped in the car and drove down from Illinois, Downers Grove, Illinois, to South Bend. It was about a 2.5-hour drive. Round trip was about 5 hours, if you want to know. And we had a good time. Took pictures of Touchdown Jesus, the stadium, Newt Rock, Frank Leary. I had a Joe Montana jersey on. You can go and see the pictures on Daily College Football or Delaney's College Football.com. And we almost got into the stadium, but the foreman of the construction crew wouldn't let us go in there. Well, we almost got a chance to go in. I look forward to going to the Gold and Blue game next year, 2013 in April, to cover that game. Especially with Gunnar Kyle sitting on the bench with Notre Dame. I'm very surprised with Gunnar Kyle sitting on the bench sometimes. He's a great quarterback. He's definitely the future of Notre Dame. They consider him the next Peyton Manning, and then he's also was named Mr. Indiana last year in high school football for Indiana, state of Indiana. But Notre Dame plays USC this week, and this Saturday actually. And Max Wittek is talking like Joe Namath, saying that they already won the game. He's predicting a win. Very interesting that this comes from the University of Southern California. It comes from Coach Lane Kiffin to let this quarterback, freshman rookie quarterback, sophomore redshirt, go ahead and talk like this on national TV to express to the world that they're going to upset Notre Dame this weekend. I guess it really describes who USC is. They're very flamboyant, very boisterous, very outgoing, very, in your face. But if he comes through, wow, that would be very interesting. And if he does come through, then I think USC is going to be a pretty good team next year. It'll be very competitive. But we're not really here to talk about that so much. What I think, if Notre Dame doesn't win Saturday, hopefully they will win Saturday, so they can go face Alabama in the championship game. Paul Feinbaum actually wants that to happen. But I guess my main take on this is just Max Wittek and his comments towards Notre Dame. I wonder how Notre Dame feels about this. I wonder how Manny Te'o feels about this. Brian Kelly. I wonder what Brian Kelly is telling his football team after comments like this, and they're all over. I mean, talk about locker room, talk about motivation on the locker room. In the locker room, this is it. Forget about Rudy and him getting his degree and getting a chance to play for Notre Dame. This is locker room material right here to really get you going, to inspire you to go ahead and win the game, to go ahead and beat USC in front of their home crowd, and advance to the championship game to go take on perhaps Alabama. Just say if Notre Dame doesn't win, I can see Oregon and Alabama in the championship game this year. I don't see Georgia getting past Alabama in the SEC title game, and also I don't see Florida beating FSU this weekend. So basically that's the case. Hope you all have a great Turkey Day tomorrow, and Obama's president again, as you know, because we all voted for him. Yes, I voted for Obama, of course. I think he's from Illinois for one, Chicago, Hyde Park. I think he's did a good 4 years. We'll see how the next 4 years go. I mean, we could always get Billy back in office. Just kidding, no Billy. But yeah, if you have any comments, go to my website, Delaney's College Football, or go to Daily College Football and leave your comments. If you ever want to write an article, let me know. Post the article. Submit the article, we'll submit it for you. If you want to be a sportscaster one day on our website, go ahead, start writing. We encourage your articles. Make sure there's no slander or, cuss words. I think that the season is winding down, but we're having to have a really good season, and it's not good to be number one. As we can see, Alabama got knocked off by Texas A&M by Johnny Football, and then K-State got knocked off last week. I don't even know why they didn't drop out of the top 10. Usually when you get beat by 28 points, being the number one team in the nation, you get tossed out of the top 10. And I don't think they're a better team than LSU or any Texas A&M or any other team from the top 10. I don't think they're a top 10 team whatsoever. I think K-State has just really lost it, and they don't play too many good teams in the first place. I think their game against Oklahoma was probably they beat them by a few points. I don't really know the full details on that, but I knew they were the flash in the pan, a flash in the pan. And then Florida almost get beat by Louisiana Lafayette, incredible. And then why is Florida still number 4 in the nation? I don't know. But for them to dodge the bullet against FSU this weekend, I think it's going to be really tough. Of course, I got LSU over Arkansas this weekend, and a few other teams. I just got distracted. Sorry about that. Yeah, so we'll see what happens this weekend. I think it's going to be a great weekend. I think the season is winding down, and I'm going to give you the Glen Gary Glen Ross real quick. These are the new leads, the Glen Gary leads, and to you they're good as gold, but you don't get them. Giving to you is just like throwing them away. They're for closers. Now I wish you good luck, but you wouldn't know what to do if you got it. To answer your question, pal, why did Mitch and Murray ask me to come here? They asked me for a favor. I told them the real favor is to fire you lose, because a loser is a loser. And that's it. So enough said with the Glen Gary Glen Ross, and hope you have a happy Thanksgiving, and don't be firing anybody. Talk to you later next week. Bye-bye.